Warning, this is a video of a man eating nightshade, black nightshade, as well as yellow nightshade. Lots of it. If you are sensitive or don't believe in foraging, yeah, go watch something else. Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and today I saw a very interesting conversation on one of my videos. Two people were discussing, well, he's eating nightshade berries by the handful. Are those poisonous? Are those the same that grow in America? Are those different ones? He should have nice dreams after eating so much. Is he still alive? Is he well? Unfortunately, I cannot find the conversation anymore after I told them, haha, you gave me an idea. Now, wait for the next video. I'm afraid they deleted it, or maybe I'm just too stupid to find video conversations on my own videos, who knows. So nightshades, the Solanaceae family, are among our most important agricultural crops. Tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplants, tobacco, those are all nightshades. And there is a bit of a confusion which nightshades are edible and which are not. Actually, most sources, especially historic ones, European ones, said that the black nightshade is toxic. Well, because it's a bit similar to the deadly nightshade, which also has blackberries. And now, since those two people were wondering whether I'm gonna be alright after eating black nightshade, I wanna see how much nightshade I can eat and still be alright. Of course, I'm not suicidal. Sometimes I eat things, well, sometimes I taste things if I don't know whether they are toxic or even if I know they are toxic. But here I want to eat a lot, so not just put it in my mouth, taste it and spit it out, but eat it. So let's check what Google says about all this stuff. Okay. Symptoms of solanine poisoning are typically gastrointestinal and neurological in nature. Life-threatening cardiovascular symptoms. Are Solanum nigrum berries poisonous? Unripe berries and leaves are likely unsafe. Unripe leaves? Can you eat Solanum fruit? The ripe berries and boiled leaves of edible steins are eaten. Eating black nightshade berries and greens. Well, somebody's doing it on YouTube. I'm not the first one. What is the poison in nightshade fruit? Bright red ripe berries. What species are we talking about here? Nightshade fruit without species. Are German blackberries poisonous? What are the benefits of Solanum nigrum? Protect against various ailments. Well, that sounds good. Solanum nigrum, blackberry nightshade is considered toxic. However, ripe berries are usually harmless. Okay. So basically, most of the serious sources online say that the ripe berries are basically harmless. Although I know people like some places in Java where they eat the unripe berries. I totally advise against it. They taste disgusting. One of the most disgusting things I've ever tasted. No, I'm not gonna eat a stink bug. You're not disgusting, baby, but I'm not gonna eat you. So, go. Delicious. It tastes similar to tomato. Tasty. Just be careful. Don't eat any unripe ones. Don't know how many I can eat because I overate on super tasty mangoes today. It's just so many fruits. Can fit in your stomach without gastrointestinal problems. Delicious. However, since we are pretty late in the season, mid-October, have to be careful not only about unripe fruits, but also about old rotten ones. Yeah, on this construction site in Heidelberg, Germany, they are totally plentiful and delicious. However, we are here on the grounds of the old NATO headquarters for the operations in Europe. So I wonder, before this was a Nazi barracks. So I wonder what else is in the soil. Let's eat a couple of the yellow ones for a change. I know they look orange to red, but the species is usually called Solanum luteum, which means yellow nightshade, or Solanum villosum, which means hairy nightshade. The red nightshade is a slightly different one. And since somebody might accuse me that I'm not actually eating them, here they are. And a bunch of black ones. And more yellow ones. By the way, folks, all the stories about nightshades being poisonous, they are of course no bullshit. Most nightshades really are poisonous. Even the ones we are eating, I mean, chilies are poisonous, that's why they are hot. Capsaicin is totally a potent poison. Many eggplants are poisonous when raw, and old eggplant varieties often had to be soaked. Tobacco, of course, is incredibly poisonous, no matter if you eat it or smoke it. And even the common tomato was considered poisonous for a long time. So when somebody tells you that nightshade is poison, you should totally listen to them, because some species are edible under some conditions. Also, whole villages got poisoned by eating potato fruits instead of potato tubers. So be careful. Fortunately, my assistant is not here today, because then she could comfortably film me from the side munching on those things. Many nightshade species can be foraged in the wild, but others are toxic. And even the ones which can forage in the wild, you cannot forage in every state. Like, look at the, no, don't look at the, see it on my nose. Look at the unripe berries of many nightshade species where you can eat. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Look at the unripe berries of many nightshade species that you can eat in the ripe state. Or also, look at uncooked leaves and so on. Be very careful. Yeah, that's really a video I should have made with assistance. But okay. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. More berries than you can ever forage. I really like to go for blueberries and lingonberries and stuff like that in the mountains in summer. Now, of course, the season is over, but this feels totally like it. But there was a rotten one. Okay, let's remove it. Munching my way through this Garden of Eden here. So stupid. For decades I didn't want to eat them. Some people told me they're edible. But most sources state they are not. And I did not believe the people who told me they're edible. Oh, look at that. This is a very bright colored one. Nah, but not very tasty. It tastes is bland. So I missed out this plentiful resource for decades. Of course, if people tell you that something is not edible, you should research it really thoroughly, because often they are right. If I had as a little kindergartner not listened to my family when they told me what is edible and what is not, I would be long dead, because believe it or not, in our parks, edible and not edible things are grown without much consideration for toxicity. Even as a little child, I would like to eat everything, but yeah, my family was clever enough to warn me of the most important toxic species, how to avoid them. I still remember how they taught me the white acacia and the pink acacia are edible. But the yellow one is poisonous. None of those plants were acacias. The white and the pink were locust species, where every part is poisonous but not the flowers. And the yellow one is laburnum, which is deadly in small amounts, including the flowers. And yeah, I was taught that nightshade, here is a rotten one, a brown one. Bah. This was not the only rotten one, so I was taught that nightshade is poisonous, and I stuck to it for a long time. I wonder how much more proof you need, because to be honest, filming with one hand and eating with one hand is multitasking, which is not really efficient. Eating with both hands is a lot more efficient, especially when it's about such little berries. I'm not gonna film my mouth while I'm eating all of them. I hope you believe my munching noises. Good stuff. Around here they are good. Yellow ones But the good black ones, the best black ones, were in the beginning. Don't know how many handfuls I ate. Those are not really handfuls, it's just a couple fruits each time. This one is loaded. Totally loaded. Almost dropped them. Bet somebody's gonna comment on my long white nose hairs. Phew. Hoppa. Oh, some rotten ones on the older inflorescences. Some unripe ones on the younger ones. Don't know, folks, was this enough convincing? I must have eaten what? 300-400 grams. I mean, somebody said a couple berries would kill you, but I think what I meant was deadly nightshade, not black nightshade. Don't confuse both. They're even in different genera. Deadly nightshade is Atropa belladonna. Black nightshade is Solanum nigrum. Okay, I hope you believe me now that I'm not dead yet. I hope you also believe me that I ate them and did not just drop them somewhere and pretend to eat them. Well, this would be criminal. Pretending to eat poisonous things in order to lure other people to poison themselves. We don't do those things. Tell me your opinion on black nightshade. Do you eat it? Do you forage it? Do you consider it a pest, a weed, a poisonous plant? Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich construction sites of Germany. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.